Hey guys, got a bunch of cool new stuff to show you. First of all, this is a new video camera. This is a Zoom Q4N. I bought it to record my church services and concerts and things like that. And so far I'm really pleased with it, but this is the first video I'm doing inside the house. I will probably still use my phone for fan stuff. But this has really good audio quality, so that's the reason. So, the first video I'm going to do here is demonstrating the Xvive, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, wireless system. So here's the box it came in. I guess it doesn't really say anything about Xvive on the box. Yeah, there it does. This is a wireless guitar system you can get from Amazon for $150. And it doesn't require a rack or anything like that. There's two little pods you plug in, one into your guitar, and the other into your amp. And you just make sure that they're on the same channel. And there are 4 channels, so you could use up to 4 at once, which is probably enough for most bands. I don't know too many bands that would have more than 4 wireless guitar or bass players. And so I read the reviews, and most of the reviews said it's just exceptional for the money. But some of the reviews that were negative had said that they interfered either with active guitar electronics or if you had a digital mixing board or something like that. And so I figured first things first, I would try it down here because a lot of the guitars that I use now are active, what with the Parkers and all the pickups technically are passive, but there's a preamp in the guitar, and I have an actual active guitar, which we'll get to. The other thing is I heard about these because the bass player in one of the bands I play in, Valerie B and the Boys, bass player named Vincent Chambers, who likes to dance and do crowd acrobatics and play the bass with his mouth and teeth, and he does all kinds of showmanship, which I'm a big fan of that. So that's not shade at all to him. I'm a big fan of showmanship. But he uses one. He used to use a rack wireless, and he switched to this, and he loves it. And he told me to get one, and so I thought I'd give it a try. And I think his bass is active and it works fine with that. So I figured let's try it here. If this is my #1 go-to guitar, the refined Parker Fly with the pre-refined pickups. And so if it doesn't work with this guitar, I can't use it. So let's give it a try. I set it to channel 3. I figured probably a lot of people are using channel 1, and if they're not using channel 1, they're using channel 2. But I figured channel 3 was a safe place to leave it. It's pretty easy to switch the channels. There's just a button on each thing. You push it twice, and then you push it again to cycle through the channels, and you just have to do it on the receiver and the transmitter. So you got to turn them on individually. That one's already on. Okay, should be on now. Is it on? Yep. So I get no interference at all with the Parker. The one thing I did notice is sometimes, depending on where the position of it is in relation to the preamp or other electronics in the room for that matter, sometimes I get a little whine. You can kind of hear it there. It's an E. And the volume goes up and down based on where it is in the room. But if I turn it away from both the preamp and the guitar, see now it's doing it again. Turn it away from both the preamp and the guitar and other electronics, it's silent. And I'm going to walk around in a bit. I have a 3-story house, and this is the bottom story. And I actually went all the way up to my wife earlier on the 3rd story and kept playing guitar, just to show you that I could walk around. So I'll do that. I'm going to walk around and play guitar, and if it cuts out, it cuts out. But I'm going to go all over the house, and it hasn't cut out yet, so you'll take a look. And actually gone all the way up to the top and back and through different sections of the house, and it doesn't drop out. I can hear the guitar faintly because it's a big house. So no complaints. Works well with the Parker. Just because they're different electronics. Let's try a pre-refined Parker. This is one that has all original electronics, no JJ switch or anything like that, and no back. So if anyone is susceptible to issues, it would be this one. This is the one that's theoretically going back to eBay, depending on what the seller wants to do. You know what, that's even quieter than the refined. You know what I didn't do up till now? Let's compare it to just a chord. Let's just see if there's any volume loss or anything like that to just using a chord. Any noticeable? I think if there was a noticeable latency, I would have picked up on it without comparing it to a chord, but let's just see. Bye-bye, chord. I don't notice any difference. So we're good with the Parkers, but those aren't true active guitars. The pickups are passive. Well, they try the acoustic pickup. Let's try the acoustic pickup on the refined guitar. That has the better acoustic pickup. Again, depending how I have it, sometimes there's that little bit of whine. But that's it. And for gigs, I can live with that. I wouldn't use that for a session. But so let's try true active pickups. This is this is heavy. I'm so used to these Parkers. This is a Laguna that I outfitted with EMGs. I believe the singles are 81s and the bridge is an 85. Tell me if those sound like the correct numbers. Get a little buzz, a little single coil buzz. That's it. I get no problems with that at all. So I really don't know what the reviewers that say they don't have good luck with active pickups are talking about. That works great for me. Maybe it's with distortion. Let me see if I've got a distortion pedal we can use. So the only distortion pedal I keep in my house is the full tone, and that's just because I don't use it on my board anymore, but it's a good backup, and I keep a battery in it. So if I ever need a distortion pedal, I can just reach for it without having to reach for an adapter. Now, let's not rule out the possibility that if there's an issue with this, it's an issue with the full tone, because one of the reasons I took it off my board is I found it to be buggy. That, and based on some things I've heard about the founder or leader of full tone. I don't buy full tone anymore. There. Let's try with the Parker. Good God, that's heavy. I'm so spoiled with these Parkers. As long as I can find and play Parkers, I don't know if I'll ever do, like, gigs with other guitars again. Sessions, yeah, because you need different sounds and whatnot, but for playing on stage, especially when you gotta stand up for like a 3-hour gig, man, you can't beat these things. That's the acoustic pickup. Oh, sorry. Like, why does that sound so thin and wonky? So you get that little bit of whine. Oh, sorry, I should have turned it off first. But even that is no, it's amplified when the distortion is on, which is not surprising because it's before it in the signal chain. But otherwise, yeah, no real difference there. Last thing, I want to try it with a passive guitar, strictly passive guitar. Here's my J Tercer Telecaster. I can't remember if it's been seen in a video or not, but I love this Telecaster. From now on, if I buy a Telecaster that aren't the Prince type, which are essentially Strat pickups in a Telecaster, it'll be a hum single. I think the combination is just beautiful. And it gives you everything you could want. So the single coil buzz is actually louder than the little whine was. And this is, by the way, this is a really noisy room, if that's a factor. Because when I use the neck pickup, it's either wah-wah or like really jazzy. When I use the bridge, I want it to be thin. And together, I want it to be funky. Yeah, so I'm a fan. And it's funny because, you know, I was debating whether or not to get them because I don't need a wireless. Like the way that Vince I was talking about, if you've ever seen him in my videos of that band, he needs a wireless. He can't do his stage show with a cord. He can't. He gets tangled up in it. He had to do one time because his wireless rig got broke. And it just doesn't work for him. But I don't need it. But it's helpful. There's times when I want to be able to walk over and talk to the keyboard player and, you know, or move around or go check something in the audience or, you know, just move around on stage a bit to make it look more interesting or, you know. And, you know, you can't always do that with a cable. And so for, like, you know, that kind of stuff, cover bands, bar band shows, stuff like that, I want to be able to move around freely. Let's try it with the acoustic, because why not? Although I don't see myself ever moving around with an acoustic. Also, we got it plugged into the pedal, which will be funny. So the whine's pretty bad. Okay, you can move it so that it's not. Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, okay, works perfect with the acoustic as long as you have to move it away from the electronics. So yeah, I'm calling these a success. $150 on Amazon. They have a variety of colors. I got the wood-colored ones because no color would go with every guitar. Because even if I got black, that wouldn't go with a white guitar, you know. And even if I went white, that wouldn't go with a black guitar. So I figured if it's not going to match anyways, why not get the one you like best? And I like wood and faux wood. So Xvive or Xvive, 2.64 gigahertz. So I'm a little surprised we're not getting interference with the wireless router, which is 2.4 gigahertz right here. Which is right here in this room. So I think it's great. I'm very pleased with them, and yeah, I recommend them. And if you have any issues, of course, you can always send them back to Amazon. Amazon is really good about returns. Most of the time, you don't even have to pay for return shipping. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a few other videos, but that's the Xvive or Xvive. I'm probably saying it wrong. Video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully that's helpful to somebody. And thanks for watching.